Hello everyone, welcome back to Serenity Colors and Craft and welcome to my coloring book collection. As you can tell already by the scene here, I'm going to show you my Chinese coloring books that are mostly bought from AliExpress, and I was extremely lucky that they are all arrived in excellent condition really. So I'll start with this pile here and move forward. The first group of books that I have is these ones, which I believe is by the illustrator. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but she's quite known. So I might write it on the screen here so you can read it. And she has created, I think, 7 coloring books so far, if I'm not mistaken, and I can tell them apart by, of course, the picture, but also she does kindly add the number of the book, and there are 7 of these. This is the very first one she made, and the next one is this one. And there are multiple flip throughs. Some of them do come with like posters and cards, others don't, like this one doesn't. The previous one also didn't come with any posters. The third one is this one. If you know the names of these books, I would be so grateful if you can share them with me in the comments below, because I usually like to write these names down in pencil at the beginning of the book so I can refer to it in the future. This is the poster I got with this one, and the smaller images all colored. Or maybe I should put this away so you can see without a glare. So these are these books, and I really love them, and I'm scared to color them, but I'll try to evade my fear. The next one is this one, and it is number 4 from the series, as I can tell by the number mentioned in the beginning. Here is number 4, if you can tell. Try to zoom in a bit. It's here. And again, I think the illustrator, I hate not also saying her name, but I'll put it on the screen. So, and again, also comes with the poster. And all of these books came wrapped in plastic cover. The smaller ones, they're very pretty and inspiring. Okay, the next one is this one over here, and it's number 5 from the series. I feel like I'm struggling with the light. I don't know how to put it correctly, but it will not be too annoying, and at the same time will just light. Here, and this is number 5 in the series, as you can see. It also comes with a pretty poster. And the smaller thumbnail images here. Quite inspiring and again very beautiful. Again, feel free to let me know the names of these books if you know them. All I know about them, they are called Chinese Ancient Beauty most of the time, but I couldn't separate which one is which from this title, of course. But you know, This is number 6 here. Um, and again, the same style, same beautiful style actually, and the small poster that comes with it. I think this one is about a couple apparently, or some sort of a love story. So this was number 6. Number 7 and the last one in this format was this one, and it is the Oprah one. This one I managed to get the name. It's called here. This is the name I managed to find, by Dada Mao. I hope the correct. And the book itself is called Don Huang Oprah, and it is number 7. As you can find it here, usually with the code that you can scan with your mobile, it comes also with this. And for some reason, this code never works. I have no idea why, because I know it is authentic, but I don't know why it doesn't send me. Maybe the Chinese internet is different and doesn't let me access it. And this one comes with actually a very hard cover poster that is very long and fold out, like you can see. It's very pretty, has all the small images included in that big one. So just like this, and this is the back of it. And I bought these 7 as a bundle, and it was quite affordable. And if you want them, I think I recommend that you can check them as a bundle, so you know, instead of buying one by one, which usually in the bundle they're a lot cheaper. This is her newer one, which is number 8 in the series, as you can see here. And again, the same illustrator, and this one is called Princess of Wing Density by Dada Mao. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly and I'm not butchering any of the words. And as you can see, it's very beautiful. I think it's about this princess. And the poster, of course. And this one comes with the different images that are inspiring how to color jewelry, which I like, and also to color the I know it's not the kimono because this is Chinese one, but it has a different name. I can't remember it, but I'll put it on the screen for sure for you if you're curious to know it. And it gives some color palette for inspiration. And this is the actual poster. Such a beautiful book. The next 2 that are also, I bought them together as a bundle, were these 2. I am not sure who's the illustrator, but on the book itself here it says Coloring Book of Flowers and Sweet Girls, and this one is called Coloring Book of the Gorgeous Wedding Dress. This was the first one that was published. It's quite famous also. I've seen it a lot on Instagram, but I didn't catch the name of the illustrator, unfortunately. Okay, I just adjusted the camera because I felt very awkward for me today. Anyway, like I said, I've found these books several times on Instagram, but I couldn't find the name of the illustrator, unfortunately. But if you do know it, please write it in the comments so I can refer to it in the future videos. And this book has very cute illustration, small dress here, and the princess, I guess, is wearing it on the other picture. And this is the only one that came with a little bit damaged paper here. I don't know if you can see it. And this, even after I put it under a huge pile of books. And this is the poster that comes with it. And the dresses. And the next one is this one, which is the wedding dresses. It's so pretty. And they were together in the same set, so the damage got them both in the shipping. They have an Instagram page here, or rather a hashtag, and maybe through that I could find the name of the illustrator, hopefully. And again with those cute princesses. And the dresses on the other side, but this time it's all wedding dresses. And some English titles here, but not really a title, more like a quote. And this book comes with page numbers only on this side of the page here. The poster. And the middle one, this is a smaller poster, as you can see. It doesn't have colored dresses, just those princesses. And also got damaged a little bit here, which is affecting the pages inside, but oh well. The next book that I have had for a very long time and I do really want to color in is this one, which is called Dream Seed 3D coloring book. And the illustrator, I'm not sure, called, I think these two called Wan's brother. I think it's a team of illustrators. And as you can see, this book comes with lots of 3D grayscale illustrations, and it's quite, the paper is quite thick, I think. And it folds out like this. And those two monkeys. And this code, the only one that I managed to find a working link for, and it worked fine for me, and it shows you this image in colors for inspiration purposes. You can skip it if you don't like to see a colored, these ones colored, because basically this one will send you to the colored version of the grayscale that is in the book. So it has multiple folds like this and 3D, and you can cut it out if you want and use it as a decoration, I think. Like here it says you can cut this gray to get this, so on. Such a beautiful book, and I love grayscale, so it's just ideal for me. And the cover itself, you can color just simple line art of the monkey that is featured throughout the book. And these are some of the versions that is available on through this link, being colored, which is quite inspiring, at least to me. The next book, which is quite famous, and I'm lucky to have bought it quite affordably. It's called Find Color, and the name of the illustrator is this one. I don't want to butcher it, so it's a grayscale coloring book, and that's why I like it so much. I think. And it's very big, as you can see, and double-sided. And the paper, it feels almost like a watercolor paper quality, almost. I'm not sure, I cannot tell paper very well, but it feels very thick and has quite the texture on it. At least it feels that way. I don't see much texture, but it feels very rough on my hand. And it comes with these two posters. The first one is just really a fold out of a continuous line art image here. And on the back it's blank. And these are all the thumbnail of all the images featured in the book. It's a very huge poster. I know I can't fit it on the camera, but we can take a look. So on this side first. Yeah. And that's the other side. And the back is blank. The next two, which has also came in a bundle, and I really recommend, if you would like any of these books, to just, purchase the bundle, especially once there is a sale on AliExpress, which is frequently happens. And as far as I remember, they have a very large sale on 11/11, so basically the 11th of November. So if you would like that, to buy any of these books, I recommend you purchase it then. Sorry, I had to take a sip of drink so I can continue talking. Anyway, this is book 1 and book 2 of this series here, as you can see. The first book is called Vintage Beauty, Vintage Ancient Beauty, and this is the name of the illustrator. Maybe we need more light, I think. Here. And there is the illustrations featured in this book. It's quite huge also. And single-sided. And the book itself comes with this smaller pamphlet, I think, with some tips and techniques to color using different medias. And the sample colored, I didn't color this one, it's just a sample, I think, to teach and to learn from it. And I believe you should be able to watch it on a video, but I don't know if this is working because most of them are not working with me. and I think it has to do with China internet. I don't know, I can't access it somehow. Same thing. The second one doesn't come with this pamphlet, I think. Yeah, but same illustrator. This one's called Beauty Flower. The book by the same illustrator. Here's the name. Oh, it comes also with the pamphlet. Sorry, I thought it didn't. And this is the pamphlet. Different images. It's a nice addition, to be honest. And this is the ones from book one, also included in this one. Just their imagery. Okay, the next bundle I also got were these three. It's a coloring book series. The first one is called this name. I hope if you think it's wrong, you can comment below and tell me how to correct it. I think the first three syllables are the illustrator name, and the actual book is called Chinese Ancient Beauty and Musical Instruments, which is indeed features ladies with different musical instruments. And it comes with sample colored images. These are not my coloring, of course. I don't color that beautifully. So yeah, this is the first one. The second one is called Dai Lian, who, I don't know if this is a different illustrator or just the name of the book, and then it says Chinese Ancient Beauty Figures. It's also single-sided. So, and again, it comes with the colored images here. I think pencils, watercolors, again watercolors, and more watercolors, and watercolors again. So, and the third and last one in this set is called, yeah, Endless Yearning. I didn't catch the name of the illustrator anywhere, so if you know it, please leave it in the comment. I'll be very grateful for you. Oh, there is, in this one, there is a loose poster here, image, with this one colored so you can hang if you want, or just leave it in the book like I do. And again, the book ends here, and the illustrations with the colored illustrations come here. Again, I see pencils, pencils, pencil watercolors, 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 and this one is actually on the cover. So, and those are these three. The next one I bought was this one. I'm not sure what is it called, but the translation roughly is Chinese Ancient Beauty, but I feel like that applies to many books, so I really don't know. Unless this is the name here, it's called Noise Singapore, but I also don't know if this is the publisher in Singapore or what. So, apologies for not knowing these names, and I don't know how to find correct translation. But if you do know it, please let me know. It was even very difficult for me to find other YouTube videos related to these books. I found for the first few ones, but unfortunately that was a long time ago, and I lost them and I didn't know how to find them again, so I don't know how to find the names or the illustrator of each of these books. Oh, this one comes with the eye blank, so you can color them however you like, which is interesting. And the paper quality of this book is quite different from all the previous one you've seen. And also it comes with those watercolored illustrations. And the tutorial step by step. And that's it. And the next one, which is also a single book that I got, it's called Drunk in the Flowers. I don't know the name of the illustrator again, unfortunately. And that's it for this book. The next two are these. I'm not sure which one is number 1 or which one is number 2, but this one is called Chinese Ancient Beauty, but this title again is quite applicable to many books, so I cannot go with it. But maybe you can find something with it. And it has more like anime style. And it comes with some tutorial. I think this is watercoloring, step by step, and this one also watercoloring. I can tell from the way the colors are blended, and the step by step. The second one is called Chinese Ancient Beauty. Again, I cannot really distinguish which is which if I heard the title. This one is similar to the ones from Dada. Now, the style-wise, I feel. And the watercolor illustration at the back here, with a step-by-step tutorial, and the second one with a step-by-step tutorial. And all the pages of these two books are actually numbered. The next bundle I got is this one. This coloring book is actually not 100% coloring book, but I was pleased to get it in this bundle. Although you can buy this book alone, I prefer to get the bundle because this book is illustration, line art illustration, a coloring book for self-studying, I think. And I like that because it has a grayscale element to it, which I thought would be very, very, very helpful for me to, when I look at a piece of clothing, sometimes I find difficulty coloring it. And as you can tell here from the image, it is well shaded, so you know where to put the light and where to put the darker colors and where to put your medium colors. So I felt like I need this book in my life just as a tutorial book, even if I don't color a single page in it. Although I feel like I will. You know, I know myself, I will color in it. Like this one, how can I pass image like this without touching it at least a little bit? And there are these smaller ones here, which I find a little bit difficult to color, but maybe I can a little bit. At least practice color the clothing. And there is also some images actually that you are entire full page, but as you can tell the book is by itself is a little bit smaller, not the same A4 size, it's a little bit smaller. And there is image to color here and there after these tutorials, like here. I think in each chapter there's two images, one at the beginning of the chapter on the right side page, sorry, the left side page, and one at the end of the chapter. I hope I'm correct. No, there's no one, just the one at the beginning of each chapter. So here, and I thought also I could, you know, color these ladies' hair every time, or color even their skin tones different shades, just for practice, you know, without having to worry that, oh, I will lose the image, oh, it would ruin, I cannot live with it. And I thought this will help me relieve that stress and just practice on those images, because they are repeated and I will not, you know, miss them. Sometimes it comes also here like a full image to color. And here is the clothing part that I told you. I mean, most of the time what I see, in, at least based on the previous coloring books, I see the clothing drawn like this, and I don't know very well, or sometimes I get confused where to put the light colors, where to put the darker colors, where the folds are located, and sometimes I don't know if this is count as a fold or a lighter area. And with this one, I think, you know, eventually I'll be able to slightly tell where to put what, and hopefully, you know, understand the concept of coloring clothing, which I'm quite interested in because I love all these Chinese books and most of the characters are in extreme, completely covered clothing that requires these folds to be done properly so the picture looks neat. So that's why I love this chapter in particular. Sorry about the camera, by the way, I shook it by accident. So, and also some other accessories here. And some images in the back also. Completely line art to color. And some grayscales as well. And this is the version that is actually the actual coloring book of that illustration book that you have seen. It's called number 2 of those. I don't know why. The book itself is called, I'm not sure what, this is what I found about it. I'm not sure if this is the book name or the illustrator name, but that's what I found. So this can be the book or the illustrator. comes also with a little bit of step-by-step tutorials, but not as much, actually very little. And also digital art, I think, digital coloring. And then the book itself starts here. Very beautiful. And I don't know if you can hear this noise, it's the glue of the book. It doesn't, I think it doesn't come as 180 degrees like the other books. It's glued, so the glue is a little bit noisy. And the paper of this book is a little bit creamy as well. It's not bright white. And the last image is a little bit hard to open because the glue is very stuck to it. So this is this book. And unfortunately, I don't know the name I show you was of the book or of the illustrator. The next bundle I have is this art collection. One of them is actually a colored art, and the second one is just the coloring book, really. This is the book itself, the one that is of the illustration fully colored, and I grabbed it because I thought it is really neat. Also, I think they always sell them in a bundle. I think you cannot grab the line art alone. At least I couldn't find it. And I thought it's not a bad idea to get a completely colored book also to learn some coloring ideas. It's very beautifully done. Yeah, the name Li Kun is the name of the illustrator. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but this is his name here, his signature, Li Kun. And it is very beautiful. This is the coloring book of that comes with this book. It's actually grayscale. With a bit of line art, I think. I love to color this image. Next one is this squared book, and it is called A Dream in Red Mansions. And it has these frames at the top and the bottom of each page. And unfortunately, I also don't know the name of the illustrator, or rather, I couldn't really find it anywhere. The next book is this one, and it comes with this short fold here. And it's called Beautiful Ancient Style. I'm not sure if this is the correct translation or just a generic title for the books, but that's what I managed to find about it. It comes with these cute images and also some more realistic style. So some cartoonish style, some slightly realistic style. With illustration, step-by-step tutorials. And I'm not sure if, and also comes with images to color and a poster, I think. Yeah, here. It comes with these cards. And you can color the back also. So. And this is the publisher, I think, pamphlet. And there the book, the coloring pages start here. And these are the cutier ones. So cute. And the glue, unfortunately. This is the only downside of this book. It's also on the outside here. The next one of the same style is this one, and I'm not sure if I managed to find it, called Yearn. Yearn here, a beautiful ancient figure. And it comes with these images. No small cutier images, or cute images like the previous one, but I think it's alright. I love the hair in this book, it's so attractive, I think. And the glue didn't damage this one. The next bundle is these two. I think, I'm not sure which, I think this is the first and this is the second, so I'll start with this one. This one is called Fu Xing Fu, I think. I'm not sure if this is the illustrator or the book. This is the only thing that was mentioned in the description about this book. And it comes with these images. I think it's all watercolors. I'm not sure if it's markers, but I feel like it's watercolors or digital coloring. And the second one comes with a small pamphlet here that also just illustration on how to color and shade and blend pencils and watercolors. And the step-by-step tutorial of this picture. I think the video should be accessible through this link, but I don't know if I can access it. Because, like I said, for some reason, all the links leading to Chinese websites are not working very well for me. Okay. And this one is called Dan Qing Lu. I hope that is correct. Or at least that's what I found about it. Not sure if it's the illustrator or the name of the book again. but I think it's probably the name of the book because the illustrator should be the same person since it's the same collection. I realized I was out of frame, so I'll redo this part. This is the one that came in the smaller pamphlet step-by-step tutorial to color. Yeah, and this is the illustrator name. If you can read Chinese and tell me what is it, what does it say? And that's the only thing I can do so far. Anyway, moving on to the next, or the most recent purchases I've got, really. The first one is this one. It's called, the cover folds out like this, and here is the title. It's called Time Traveler. However, on the website on AliExpress, it was called Time Traveler Miracle Nikki Dream. I am not sure if this is a continuation of the title or what, but this is what I found. The illustrator, unfortunately, again, is unknown to me. I cannot read their name. And these are the smaller thumbnail of all the images. And they are again in this anime cartoonish style. It's very beautiful. And unfortunately it also came a bit damaged here, but you know, it's fine because really it was well wrapped. I don't know how this damage happened. And it comes with a small booklet here that has multiple colored images. Very nice for inspiration. I like these things. And even just for looking at them, just for art's sake. Art for art's sake, as they say. I would still enjoy like this one. Super, so pretty. The dress is super detailed. I know it's digital, probably, most likely. I have no idea, to be honest. I cannot tell. Might be digital art, but it's still so beautiful. And of course, if you want to flip through of any of these books that I've shown, and if you can tell me which one, you can ask me for a thorough flip through, although I'm planning to do all that already of all the books I own. It's just taking time, but hopefully it will be accomplished sooner than later. And these are the images. Super detailed. That's how it comes. That's the back cover. And like I told you, this is the problem with the book. The last one I have that is at least adult coloring book from Chinese adult coloring book is this one, which is called Mori Girls Art Life. I'm happy that they start including English titles at least, though the illustrator's name are still not mentioned, which is a little bit saddening because I like to credit the people who create this beautiful art, but I can't. But maybe I found this name, and I'm not sure if it's the same thing, if it's the illustrator name, I mean, because this is the title of the book, as you can see here. And this is what I found online, so I'm hoping that this is the illustrator name. comes again on a creamy colored paper, very smooth, very, very smooth, smoother than anything I've ever touched from all these Chinese coloring books. And these are the images, single-sided. And it comes with two things. This one is, I'm not sure what is this, to be honest. I think like a pamphlet purchasing thing, like not really a thing related to the book. And these are poster cards, as you can see from the back here. And those are the illustration, the colored ones. Okay, that's the thing I purchased from those sets or those bundles was this one. It's an illustration, step-by-step illustration books. It's with coloring pages, but by chapter. And they are, like I told you, I picked this one and the other one because these ones I picked first because I thought I can practice coloring characters without having this fear holding me back all the time, and I really want to conquer my fear, and I didn't want it to hold me back from enjoying my coloring books. So I bought these in a bundle, which was quite affordable as well. Maybe you should check it if you're also having this fear like me of, you know, conquering your books because you don't want to ruin them. And I thought I'll practice and not, you know, care. So here I was failing attempt of coloring skin using Prismacolors and pencil blender. This book is called Beautiful Woman. The second one is called Handsome Men. And the third one is called Ancient Fairy Characters. So each book featured, like you can tell, specific characters to teach you how to color it. And it comes with chapters here. Another failing attempt to color skin. Didn't dare to color clothing yet. And here you have the full illustration at the beginning of the chapter, and then the step-by-step tutorial, and then again at the end of it, but in a smaller size, as you can see. Full illustration. The final step really is on the last page, and again. So I thought maybe I could do these, and I did indeed practice on one. Here I practiced coloring the skin and the hair and the grapes, and again the skin here, and again the skin here. All of this is watercoloring, and as you can see, paper magically didn't buckle a bit. I don't understand these books' paper. It's really impressive. Although at the back here, the one that I colored, and it's on my Instagram page, is the only one that I fully practiced, and I thought I'll give it a try and see if my practicing will help me develop a well colored image, and I think it was alright for a first attempt. So I'll keep going with these books. This second one is specifically for coloring those figures, but men. You can see each chapter comes with two images, one smaller one at the back and the main one at the beginning. So you can practice the smaller ones and then go to the beginning and color it. At least that's my plan, although I know I will not color all of them because I'm just practicing in these books. It's my draft coloring book. And the last one is fairies. It has more ladies, really. Maybe this cat is a fairy or fox, I don't know. And they are smaller size, as you can tell, in comparison, for example, to the last book here. They're really small. The next set is coloring books that are mainly dedicated toward children, but I thought I like them and they have been a passion of mine since my childhood, and I thought I'll go ahead and grab a few of these, especially that they were sold in bundles, and I truly love the bundle idea. This one is called Pretty Princess Coloring Book number 1, and it comes with these line arts of different princesses, like I can see here, from ancient Egypt. I think from Asian country, maybe China. Again, ancient Egypt, China or Korea or Japan. So, and at the back it comes with a fold out like this. Just a few fold outs actually. So if you would like any flip through of any of these books, you can drop me a line and I will put it first on my channel. Although, like I mentioned, I plan to do them all, but I don't know when. So if you would like a specific book to be flipped through like immediately, please drop me a line on the comments and I will immediately do it. And this is the same title, but book number 2. Again, the same idea. I hope the paper takes watercolors because I really love coloring with watercolors nowadays. It's very smooth. And some fold outs at the back. This is the first fold out, second, and the back of it, and the third, and the back, and the fourth, and the back. So the next bundle was a set of 8 books, which also dedicated to children. It was, I think, $20 US. And I grabbed some. They are all called Cartoon Princess, and each of them feature a specific style. Like this one feature more like ancient Asian style, and this one comes with this beautifully colored backgrounds. It's very much similar to the previous one, just the difference is the background being colored. The second one feature more like, I think, classics. I'm not sure how. The third one is also another classic, I think. I'm not sure how to tell the difference because other than the Cartoon Princess, there is zero information about the book, at least in English. And another one here. And this one. Oh, this bundle was really full, and this one is fairy, I can tell from the pointed ears, or elves rather. So these are princesses with from elfish land apparently. or Fairyland, and these are also with the pointed ears, so I think the same concept. The bundle was also around $20. It was this one with 6 coloring books in it. This one actually comes with the name of the books, but zero information about the illustrator. The first one is called Fairy Princess. And all of them again come with this colored image here and line art to color on the other side. So I like that for inspiration purposes. So it's really pretty. And this one, the difference is it comes with completely blank folds here. And this one is also blank, so those two only lost images are the blank ones without inspiration. The second one is called Wizard. And it's the same concept, just elves this time, I think, or fairies. And the fold again here. And this one. This one is called, I think, Perfect Bride. Yeah, a Perfect Bride. And it features brides and beautifully colored dresses. And again, the fold and the uncolored page, or rather without the colored inspiration. The next one is called Fantastic Beautiful Girl. Here, inspiration, so beautiful. And the fold also. The one before the last is called Superman Sweet Heart. So it's called Superman Sweetheart. And the fold, of course, at the back. The last one is called Dream Fairy. And I like that they actually do the same background, so I don't know, it feels more coherent to me. And also with the fold at the end. And again, if you want any flip through of any of these books or bundles, just drop me a line. The next one is this one, and it was the most expensive bundle I think I've gotten, because as you can tell, each book is quite filled in comparison to, example, this one from the previous bundle. So these four were in a bundle, and they are also beautiful and different, but very similar to the very first two I mentioned. So if I have to re-evaluate my purchases, I think I would either pick these or pick the very first two, which is called Pretty Princess 1 and 2, or pick these, but I feel like I will go with these because they have more varieties. So the first one in this bundle is called Colorful World. It comes with the first image colored for you, and then simple plain line art. And no folds out. So the second one is called Dream World. I think each one of the titles has the word world in it. The next one is called Flower World. Very beautiful. And the last one is this one called Magic World. These were this. The first one is this one. It has these 4 books, and unfortunately I couldn't find the name. And honestly, I keep them in this bundle, I don't know, holder, to know which is which, because like I mentioned, I can't tell from the title by reading it, and I don't want to forget which belong where. So all of them somehow come with the number 1 on it. I think it's either maybe bestseller or something, so it says number 1. Otherwise, I don't know, it's not the series. And they don't come with any information other than princess coloring and other than a Chinese title. Colored first image. And this. And these ones, if you can't tell from the camera, comes with pink and purple and red line art and green and teal and blue, all kind of colors when it comes to line art. So it might not be something for everyone, but if you like the bundle, you have to consider that. And it comes also with a fold out. This one is in purple line art if the camera is not picking the color proper. And the second one again in purple. The second one is this one, again called Princess Coloring. Same as the previous one, everything including those line arts that come in each and every color. Purple, green, blue, orange, red and brown, pink even. Well, very dark pink, this is pink for example. And the folds here. And the following one is this one, again princess coloring. This one reminds me of the opera coloring book from Dada Mao. It's very similar with these opera dressed princesses. And again the fold here and the princess. Another fold. And this is the last one in this last bundle. And it's called Princess Coloring again. I have no idea if that's the actual name. Of course not, probably, most likely, but yeah, I can't unfortunately read the language, so. Again, line art in all kinds of colors. And one in black. Just one so far, at least what I captured from this quick flick through. So this is this bundle. And the last one I have is this one, and I also keep it like this because I don't want to lose anything and I don't want to know what is what. It's 4 coloring books. It was quite affordable also. I picked it because it has not only princesses, but princes. So I thought males finally, you know, I felt like they are not equally drawn, so I thought I'll pick this one just for the males. This one is called Angels in the Light. Again, some colored pages in the beginning, and after that all those pink and green and line art of all kind of things, which is kind of a disappointment for me, but I think I'll go along with it and see how it goes. And the back also comes with colored, instead of a fold, colored page. The following one is called Night Owls, and comes also with these colored images. All the colors for the line art. I feel like this one doesn't have as many males as I thought it would. Mostly, again, girls. Here is one, but that's it, I think. We'll see. Another one, well, less than I would have hoped. The next one is called Fantasy Princess. Okay, and the last one is this one, which is called Flower Fairies. And this is the last one in my Chinese coloring book collection. It feels like a Disney inspired. The art, at least, it feels Disney style. Maybe I'm flipping this one a little bit slower because I was wondering how many male characters are actually in the book, because I thought there were more than this, but apparently they are not as many as I hoped them to be. Anyway, so this is a little bit of a disappointment from this bundle, so if I purchase again, I'll skip this one. So that's it for my collection. I hope you enjoyed it and find it hopefully helpful or inspiring or just entertaining at least. And until next time, I'll continue with my Asian collection. The second part will be mainly for my Japanese and my 2 Korean or 3 Korean coloring books. So see you in the next video. Bye!